You from a kitchen in downtown Beijing. Indeed, this is a special program called Music from the Kitchen. So there are two elements, music and the kitchen. We're joined actually by well-known, world-famous musicians who are now physically located in everywhere in the world, different locations around the world, but they will be joining me in this special program, and they will present us with great music. At the same time, they're also in their kitchens cooking. What a show. So ladies and gentlemen, please put our hands together to welcome our special guest. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
Let me introduce one by one. We have Mr. Han Xiaoming, solo hornist of German Broadcasting Philharmonic, and his Chinese-speaking wife, Barbara. Hello there. And we have Noah, first concertmaster with the Berliner Phiharmoniker, and Yao Shanshan, former now, violinist from New York Philharmonic. Hello there.
Hi.
Guten Tag.
And actually, we have another little guest who is now, I guess, still sleeping. Ari, their son.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. And we have Shenyang, a bass baritone with Shanghai Conservatory of Music. Hello.
Hello. Good to see you, Xiaojun.
Since this is called Music from the Kitchen, we have music, we have the musicians here. But before we present the music part, the kitchen part. So what are you going to cook for us today? Shenyang, let's start with you, the most complicated one.
I have done actually the most of that because it takes a while. So I'll present my Sichuan style beef noodle. So it's a little bit spicy, but you know, to cook the beef stew, it takes at least 2 hours. So I've done all the beef thing. So I'm waiting to finish the noodle. Yeah.
It is indeed morning still in Germany. So Shanshan, Noah, what are you preparing today?
We're gonna make quiche, and that's a newly dish that we fall in love with, and I think no one still tell you guys about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the nice thing about a quiche is you can really put any kind of ingredients in it, as long as once you get the quiche form and the crust. And then it's pretty straightforward, but it's something we always like to eat at cafes when we go out. And when the quarantine started, we had to, of course, start thinking about what are we going to cook at home for ourselves.
I mean, is it kind of your comfort food or just something you're trying out?
We've been doing it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think it's definitely a comfort food. Yeah, it's
okay.
Really.
All right. Now, seriously, Mr. Han, yours is the most complicated one. Just look at what you have on your table there.
Yeah.
Today we are cooking rabbit. It's my favorite. And my grandmother used to make it. My grandmother is German, I'm Dutch, and my grandmother used to make it with Christmas time, and I really love it. And when we just met, this guy tried to charm his way into my life, and he cooked a lot for me, and amongst it, my favorite rabbit. So
yeah, Vino Bianco di Cornelio. Cornelio is the Italian word for rabbit. White wine rabbit. White wine rabbit. You see it? Oh, beautiful.
We see musicians actually in the kitchen doing something we normally don't get to see on TV. Anyway,
Okay, let's go.
The only occasion where we see you basically are on the stage in the concert hall, but yet now we're seeing you in the kitchen. So is it the longest time you're staying at home, spending time with the families? How long have you been staying there for now?
well, we were home since March.
Since March 10th, 10th or 11th. Yeah, I think it's very
2 months.
Yeah, about 10, 11 weeks. Yeah.
Right. What about you, Shanshan?
Right.
How long have you been there?
Normally, yeah, we're on the road a lot. Even with the baby, especially now with the college schedule. But we we've been here since for solid 2 months, not going anywhere. Yeah, and actually we took a little adventure, went to Greece for about 10 days before the whole thing started in Europe. So ever since we come back from that of March, we're here because originally we're supposed to, especially Noah, was supposed to be in Japan and US and other parts of Europe and traveling in and out a lot. Actually, for April and May, he's only in Berlin for very little time. But now because of the virus, everything's canceled. So he's actually being more home, and we've been, I guess the situation is really, really terrifying and worrying. I guess the silver lining out of this whole situation is we have a 10-month-old son, and then we actually get to spend every single moment with him. So that's very comforting and very sweet for us. I mean, I used to travel a lot, but now I live here, and also it's the first year, so it's not as much. But yeah, so it's nice to see them spending time together, and then to see the little guy changing every day, and he learns a little new thing every day, and just to see him growing. That's very beautiful. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, actually, I'm probably the only one who traveled around all the places in the last 3 months. So I left China in actually on January 26th, and then I flew to Amsterdam. Then when I have done a concert, our concert has been cancelled in Rome. Actually, the concert we're supposed to have, probably that was the very first concert canceled because of COVID-19. That was actually supposed to happen in the beginning of February in Rome, and because that concert has been canceled, so I had to fly to another place. So I flew to New York. So that was the last day they opened the country to Chinese citizens, and I spent a month in New York and then back to Europe in the beginning of March, and have done my debut with the Vienna Philharmonic. We did one concert in Hamburg, and then our second concert has cancelled in Munich, so I decided to go back to China. So I've been like, almost like 2 months. Yeah, it was a tough time. I know what's happened by the end of January, so I know how serious that is. But and then I traveled in many different countries, and I see the reactions from this, and it was interesting, but not that easy, because something became seriously in March, and so I realized it can be really bad. So that happened, and so it's a difficult time for all the musicians, because this is something we never can expect. We never thought that was going to happen, but it happened, so we have to face that. Well, I think the music is about the relationship between you and music, between you and audience, between you and your colleagues. So this is the magical, the miracle of music, and but now we lost that. But the only distance, the only relationship between you and your listener, I only call that word as listener, is not even audience anymore, because if you play through the phone, through the microphone, we lost something. We lost the most treasured thing which we used to have. But this is something we don't have right now. Yeah.
Our job is playing for the people. I was in Berlin because we also have a home in Berlin. On the Chinese New Year, I believe on the 25th of January, I having dinner with my students over there, and then we already heard China is already pretty bad, and then we're sort of looking around, hoping there's not too many guests to bring virus in here. And in the beginning, you think, just like maybe it's a SARS, kind of a bad flu, maybe, just stay in China. But, you don't think it's going to be, like today, the whole world, we're getting it. In the beginning, nobody expecting like this. And then slowly, then, you know, until we get in Germany, into my orchestra lockdown, of course. And then the first 10 days, I don't know what to do. You know, it's just like, wow, you know, I cannot go to work anymore. And then you cannot go out anymore. And then you're afraid to touch anything. You're afraid to go shopping. You know, it just, you walk around, you're passing people, you know, it's very, very scary. Yeah. Slowly you get used to it, and then you learn more. And of course, and I'm on a committee, artistic committee in my orchestra. Of course, we worry, you know, we cancel concerts one by one. And then, you know, you feel like you're losing contact with the audience for our friends, you know. And hopefully we can go back to stage soon. But it's going to be difficult, not that easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe Han said also already, but I think I miss performing for an audience, you know, for people and having that connection, and also performing with other musicians at the same time. Of course, we've tried here in Berlin with the Berlin Philharmonic to do some projects where we play in a small chamber group, and everybody keeps distance so it's safe. But that's, of course, limited how many people you can have with that. I mean, I think the largest we had was for the May 1st European concert. There were 15 players on stage. Distance apart across the stage is usually fitting, you know, 90 or 100 players. And so, you know, it's the one thing we don't know is how long is it going to be until we can play the great big orchestral works that we love playing, you know, symphonies by Brahms and Mahler and things like that, or great operas. That's something we just don't know how long that's going to take. I feel lucky that I have been able to play in small groups and, you know, 2 or 3 players, and we'll see how that develops. And of course, for us too, you know, such a big thing is the connection with the audience. And I think Han Xiaoming was mentioning this already. I think it's fantastic how people have been innovative and finding ways to reach out over social media, over the internet, doing live streams, doing master classes, which is all fantastic. But for me, and I think for most of us as performing musicians, we live for that live concert moment where you're there in front of an audience, and what happens in that moment is really special. And so that's, I think, for me, what I miss most.
I'm done.
You done?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic.
It's already done. You're quick.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Braised pork noodle.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're just actually plating or putting stuff, if I can show, inside of the crust.
Nice.
Yeah, so the green ones are the spinach, and then the white is the white asparagus.
So,
and
wow, fancy one.
So basically, you can put anything on it.
Yeah, basically anything you like to eat.
Yeah, this is there's a famous poem and a famous song, a Chinese song, and how can I think of him or think of her? The Chinese name is 叫我如何不想她. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, how can I not think of her?
Yeah, not yeah.
What's the connection with your food?
We think about everything we missed. So this is something we missed. So food is something we missed. Friends, we also missed.
It's a connection. So, it is a connection.
What about that?
That's all very good. It's all very good.
I'll sing a little bit. I'll sing some.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah.
天上飘着些微云，地上吹着些微风，微风吹动了我头发。叫我如何不想他？
It's a very simple song. Yeah.
Whoa! Bravo!
So beautiful.
Well, we thought about with the quiche, what piece might a classical piece might go well with this, and we were thinking the quiche is French, so we wanted a French composer, and we thought about the piece La Mer by Debussy, and La Mer, of course, means the ocean, and so this is our ocean themed quiche because we're putting smoked salmon in it, and so it's going a little bit together with that. And this is a piece we both really enjoy playing in orchestra when we're there. It's a piece full of many, many different orchestral colors. Every part of the orchestra has a very important part, but they all come together to make this harmonious, wonderful whole. That the individual parts kind of don't make so much sense by themselves. The genius of the piece by Debussy, his orchestration, is what he does with the whole orchestra to create a color, a portrait of the ocean. So that's one of our favorite pieces, and we thought it would go well with our quiche. Well, I think we're going to play a little bit different piece together because the Debussy piece is for a full orchestra, and we only have 2 violins here. The piece we're going to play for you today is also maybe a little connected to the quiche, and we're going to play a piece called Salut d'amour. Right. Which is the ode to love. Of course, a little bit of French there, but it's by an English composer, by Edward Elgar, and is a piece that means a lot to us too. It's a piece actually we played together at the end of our Chinese wedding as a gift to our parents in this version for 2 violins. So we'll play that for you in a little bit.
I see Miss Tan is well prepared with the horn. So what is it that you have in mind to go with this rabbit?
Do you see what it is? It's a magic stick.
It's a baton? Or?
Yeah. You know the music and I can play? You know why I'm doing it? Magic. Music with the magic of food.
I'm gonna video you doing.
I'll start with the Chinese song first, and then we move to Noah and Shanshan. Is it okay?
Good.
Yeah. It's a hua fei hua. It means flowers in the morning mist. So it's a Chinese version of Misty. So it's a very beautiful song by Huang Zi, and poem is from Bai Juyi. Yeah.
花非花，雾非雾，夜半来，天明去，来如春梦不多时，去似朝云，无名
it's, as you know, Xiaoming and Shenyang and Noah, they all said before, as musicians, what we love communicating with our audiences. But given the current situation, we try to find different ways of still share our music. And this is the closest, or for now, the easiest way to sort of communicate our love for music with the rest of the world. I mean, given that it's not equal, actually not the same as we play in the real concert hall, because in a real concert hall, you feel the breath of the individual audiences. You could feel the karma, the chemistry in the hall, which that's also giving you the excitement, also changes how you play, because you play for different halls, different audiences. You somehow magically or mysteriously, chemically, I don't know, something happens and you react differently. That's, as musicians, that's what we live for, and that's what's so exciting, and that's why also music is recreating. So before we can go there, this is at least what we can do for now.
Your turn.
And I play on the trumpet.
I know. I see that. Oh, something different.
Shenyang, you go for it.
Shenyang, go ahead.
Should our acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should our acquaintance be forgot and days of Auld Lang Syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne.
Bravo.
Bravo.
All right. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay safe.
Happy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Take care.
Take care.